Hi Aquarius. This reading is for Aquarius all placements. The title of this reading is You Are Well Equipped for Your Journey. All right. So we will do, I got a couple of visions, all right, that we'll go through that I feel relate to these cards that Spirit had me pull. Ahead of time for this reading, and then I have some visions that I drew down in my notebook that we'll go over. And also there was something that came in. Damascus was coming in as I was preparing the table. All right, and then we'll clarify everything with the this is the Arc Tarot. Okay, the Arc Animal Tarot. Yes. So with that, let's go ahead and call in your guides, my guides, ancestors of the highest truth, compassion, and love. And we are invoking the Holy Spirit to come within this reading, to bless this reading, everyone who views this reading. And we are now connecting you above and below, within and without. So be it. Yes, and yes. So let me move this over. I have a feeling there's a lot of, so what's happening in order for you guys to have forward movement into this age of abundance and prosperity that Lionsgate is bringing in, right? We have to clear the way. So what I'm seeing is an airstrip. All right, and the airstrip for some reason right now is like it looks empty, right? You're looking down, right? It looks empty. Then when you look up, there's like all these planes waiting to take off, right? So those planes are representative of negative thoughts, pessimism, resentment, vengeance, these kinds of energies coming in that were very like deep, like hidden from you. Okay, and now they're being brought to the surface because your vibration wants to raise higher, your frequency wants to raise higher into the frequency of peace. So your light body has to remove anything, all the blockages, right, that keeps you from being in alignment with this higher frequency. All right, this also, it's a lot of prosperity and abundance is coming in, a lot of opening of the heart. So triple goddess energy, working with Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Parvati a lot. Okay, or even are working with Hecate as well, because there's a lot of energy around you getting to know who you are and your spiritual gifts in all ways, shapes, and forms. Okay, that probably resonates, maybe not with everyone, but some of you guys definitely. Okay, yes. And so Damascus. So when I was getting the table ready, I heard the word Damascus, and I was like, all right, what's this? And so when I searched it up, it said it's the capital of Syria, and it's known as the city of Jasmine. It was a very popular city. It was the oldest continuously inhabited city in the world, or it's considered to be. In Bible prophecy, however, it was doomed, but it was doomed. It was said to be ruinous, heap, deserted, and uninhabitable. Isaiah 17, right? But it also is, let me see. But what ended up happening in 10th century, it was referred to the Pearl of the East, because Jesus actually came in and he healed. So that's like the big thing in this. This is coming from the King James version, and it says Matthew 4:24. All right, and it says his fame went throughout all Syria. They brought unto him all the sick people that were taken with divers diseases, torments, and those which were possessed with devils, and those which were lunatic, and those that had palsy, and he healed them. Okay, so we're talking about not only physical disease, but also talking about emotional disease and mental disease, okay, coming in. And a lot of the things that have been blocking you have been the energy of fear, right? Fear it can be considered a mental disease. A lot of mental diseases come with fear. ADHD, depression, sadness, these anxiety, all right? All of those come with the lower vibrational energy. And so if you have been struggling to stay balanced for, every day or for the whole day or for weeks at a time, it's because of your fear of change, your fear of transformation, your fear of abandonment, rejection, these kinds of things that are coming up and coming out, reasons why you self-sabotage yourself, reasons why you recognize the addiction and the habit and you recognize it's not for your highest and greatest good and you do it anyway, so there's also this energy of so that's why the crocodile is here too, the energy of being patient, all right? And it's going to take time for some of these deep-seated addictions to transmute out, but the thing is we're getting help with releasing the resistance, dissolving the resistance, so that way you can move forward in peace and calmness and relaxation. And again, it comes through accepting the journey, accepting yourself, accepting your gifts and skills. Some of you guys have gifts and skills that are considered magic, that are considered, some people may call it witchcraft, or it might be herbology, or it might be mixology, fixing candles, or it might be something else where you're very highly claircognizant, right? And you can just direct your teammates or your team or your clients, in the way in which they should go. And you might know things that their doctor hasn't even told them yet. And you might be afraid of rejection, of sharing that part of you and telling them, hey, I feel this is going on with you. The first thing I need you to do is set an appointment with your GP and ask for blood work. Okay. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like the mask is coming completely off. In order for you to level up in this game, you have to accept your full gifts, your full self. And that means accepting your spiritual gifts as well as your knowledge and wisdom and skills and, certifications and the worldly wisdom that you have attained. Okay. So it's working with the spiritual and working with the physical. All right. And you coming into that full acceptance, and the phoenix coming in, the traveler, you being willing to shoot anything into the fire, all right, and let it go. So this is a death that is coming, a death of the old you. So another thing that happened when I was I sat down at the table. I'm holding fluorite in my left hand, rainbow fluorite, right? Because I was like, I trust. And when I sat down at the table and I was about to ding the bell to hit record, I was prompted to let go of my past self. I had to say I detached from my past selves. So that's another thing that's happening, is that your past selves are coming in. The ego, okay, is coming in, and it doesn't want to be let go because it's afraid. It's afraid of being left behind. It's afraid of being left in the shadows. It's afraid of not being seen. It's afraid of being ridiculed. It's afraid of being casted out. That energy of the old, okay? And I'm seeing the word old time with a Y, with a Y in it instead of an I. So it's definitely bringing me back from, the days of the wagons. And actually, it's funny, I saw a horse and they're Amish people. I saw a horse and wagon the other day, and I thought it was incredible. I was like, oh my God, right? And so it brings me back to that time where we had to hide who we were, and you couldn't use your gifts. You had to use them very strategically, but you had to do it to where no one knew, that it was a spiritual gift, and it was hiding. And some of that energy, all right, cause you to be afraid of your own gifts, be afraid of yourself, cause you to block your gifts, to block yourself, to not accept yourself because of what other people thought of you. Also, some of you guys may currently, yeah, and that's like the at 7:34. So that's also like the energy of like 7:7, like a warning coming through. It is time to come into full acceptance, no matter who's around you. All right. So that's again what this higher frequency is. This is like not letting anyone bully you, not letting anyone, say an opinion necessarily that you don't agree with and try to make it yours, or how some people might talk to you and they might be saying something like, oh yeah, I know you're gonna love this or you're gonna love that because it has this and that, and then you're actually coming into your original vibration, which is so different from who you were, and you speak up and you're like, actually, I'm not gonna love that. I'd rather be doing this, so now you're getting your voices come back. It's the end of this this energy of having to hide. Gargamel came out to me, and actually I have a vision with the Smurfs that we'll share in a second. And so it's this, you don't have to hide anymore. You don't have to keep your world secret anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some things, of course, that are still going to be sacred and secret between you and your guides, between you and your community, like your clients or what have you, or you and your sister or brother circles, whatever your circles are, okay? And you always follow your intuition on what to share and what to keep completely sacred. All right, yes, and yes. But don't be afraid to shine your light. You think about some of these books that were made on the old way. Okay, so there's a lot of old energy coming in. That's why I can tell Hectic is here as well, because there's a lot of old. Of the energy of the old way, all right, coming through, and how we used to transmute energy, how we used to create our lives, how we used to share and harvest and in celebration. A lot of that coming through in bulk, this new beginning coming in, and the fall is coming, so harvest is coming, and it's this energy of kind of taking your power back from the past, but detaching from the past as well, allowing it to be burnt in this boat, okay, with this phoenix, because that boat is going to burn too. All right, you're completely transforming, and it's like, don't be afraid over here to go with your heart. Don't be afraid of the shadow of somebody trying to target you, okay? Don't be afraid of that. Move forward. And the traveler is this energy of the explorer, the energy again of you exploring your gifts, you opening your gifts, you allowing yourself to expand your gifts. There really is no limit to how you can expand within your gifts. You might see a lot of spiritual teachers or mentors and these kinds of things out there, and you might see them at the height or the peak of their career, and they seem like they have been doing things the same way and the same way and the same way, and that they kind of had maybe hit their own self-development peak, but that's not true. These spiritual leaders, mentors, teachers, guides, they are growing and expanding every day within their own self, working with their team, working with their higher self, integrating with their higher self, vowing to stay devoted to their self through self-care and self-love, and then coming and sharing the information with others. And also there's this energy of bringing together people of like minds and sharing that. So the energy of like Mind Valley A Fest, getting the great minds together, spiritual and also I was going to say institutional, but it's not really that. It's, of intuition, right? And these minds together sharing the things that they have been practicing, that they have been mastering over the years, and then also the new things that have come into them as well. This is also, you see it evident when people put out new books, right? And so that's another thing. Like if you have a book you want to put out, but it happens to be a book of spells, or it happens to be a book of meditations, or happens to be a book of transcendental meditations, whatever, or a book of like how to raise your vibration in the fifth dimension. Like, don't be afraid to start writing these concepts, right? Because you and yourself are a truth leader. All right. Yes, you are a seeker, but as you seek, you rise, right? As you seek, you rise. Sam Garrett. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful musician. And I love one of, and we listened to it actually this morning, and in one of his songs, it is, as you seek, you rise. As you seek, you rise. As you seek, you rise. And as you seek, you rise, you go and you share that, right? You open, because that is like the next level of evolution for many of you guys that are listening to this reading today, is to share your knowledge in some way, shape, or form. Okay, whether it is with a client, or whether it is in the form of a book or a workshop or a song or a poem, or whatever it is, you know, in a photograph. There's so many ways for you to share your wisdom and your love and your joy with the world that helps everyone raise into the frequency of peace. Right? And so that's when we get to the Narwhal and we get to this energy of freedom, and you understanding that you are rare and unique, and what it is that you have to offer. And this a mandala behind it, it's like you're focused on your rareness and your uniqueness and sharing that with the highest and greatest good. You know, this is also this energy of coming into complete trust with self and knowing that all your needs will be provided for. And some of the comments, I conversate with some of you guys, and someone, you know, mentioned that they've been doing this work for years, and they, you know, really it doesn't seem like it's working. It doesn't seem like there's been much you know, progress made. And remember, it's all in your perception of what is progress to you. What is a gift to you? What is a miracle? Is a miracle waking up and knowing that, okay, I'm going to put my hands in prayer mudra, you know, in the reverence mudra, and I'm going to say I love you to my heart today? Is that a gift for you? Is that a miracle for you? It isn't a miracle for you, for a random person as you're driving, just to put their hand up and to say hi to you. You know, I was going on we go on these trips with Spirit where I strengthen my clairaudience, and I don't use my GPS, and I just listen to my guides tell me what direction to go into. It's not only strengthening my clairaudience, but it's also strengthening my trust within myself, and trust between me and Spirit, trust between me and my guides, right? And also, yeah, trust between you and your physical body as well. Yes, and your spiritual body. So as you're going in, and I'm like riding around these places I've never gone before, and these two random people I just drove past, and they waved at me like hi. Like, it was so beautiful, and I felt so like incredibly blessed that these people that I did not even know just like waved at me. And it was so nice, because it was this energy of, you know, how are you, and nice to meet you, but I'm driving in the car. And I was like, isn't that beautiful? And I don't experience that often. I live in New York, so it's not one of those places that happens often, but there's places like in the country of New York where there's these smaller communities, and it doesn't matter who you are, your family, you know. So I also feel like that's about to really come in for a lot of people. Oh my goodness. And I'm gonna have to, like, the trees, they're trimming the trees here, and so they're getting ready. Oh my goodness. All right, so it's telling me I don't want to like speed up, but it's about to be like noisy. All right, so let's get to this. Yeah, so that kind of stuff. All right, so it's all in your perspective. Now, the vision that I had was, it was Brainy Smurf and Smurfette, right? This is so interesting. We're going to start to pull some cards right now, I'm hearing. It was Brainy Smith and Smurfette, and they were getting married. Isn't that interesting? I don't know if that's a thing, right? But they were getting married, and they were so focused on each other. They were feeling so much love for each other that they weren't caring about anything else, the ceremony, what was going on outside of them. They were purely focused on themselves. Now, Brainy and Smurf are representing the masculine and feminine energies, and you coming into union, right? And so then you start coming up to the pastor, or to the, I forget how do you guys say that? You guys know what I'm talking about, the officiator. And the officiator is Sleepy Smurf, which, if you guys have watched the Smurfs, you all know that Sleepy Smurf falls asleep. He falls asleep. So Brainy and Smurfette, they get up there, they're holding hands, they're ready for this marriage to be consecrated, right? And Sleepy is sleeping. And the thing is, you would think that everyone would be annoyed, that Smurfette and Brainy would be annoyed, but they're not. They're still so much in love and so happy and so grateful just to be there at that point, to be at that point in their journey, that they're willing to wait for Sleepy to wake up, and whenever he wakes up, they're ready. You know what I'm saying? So this is this other energy of, for some of you guys, if you're waiting on a partner to come in, it's this energy of, I love myself so damn much that I am not worried about who this partner is or when they're coming in or how they're coming in, right? That you completely let that go and you just immerse yourself in the love of spirit, the love of self, the love of knowing yourself, of exploring yourself, of expanding yourself, of really releasing yourself so you can become freedom. Okay? Yeah. Yes, it was so beautiful. And so and I saw that, and this is also this energy of patience again, of you, let spirit take the wheel, God is in charge, you know, that kind of energy. Yes, yes. Now, we've been doing a lot with the Eye of Horus. It's been coming up to me a lot, and I got a vision of it was, and I don't know if I can really show you guys. I want to be able to show you this part. All right, just look at that for a second. And it was an eye, and one of the eyes was getting cleared. That's a sage stick. All right, and then next was sunny days. That's a rainbow, and the sun is right there. And then there was like a coffee, but it felt like cacao powder because the heart was in the middle, and so the heart opening, and then the ice cream, and then the cream on top, right? And it's a double scoop. All right, so we'll talk about that. And then I came in and I saw the wheel. All right, we'll talk about that. And then I saw, again, there goes the time thing, 1718 came in, and then Florida water came in, and then magic potion. All right, and then it said outcome. All right, to be determined. It looks like sunny days, and then what came in was 2 of swords, 2 of wands, 9 of pentacles, Queen of cups, and then the six of swords. But the 6 of swords was kind of with this wheel of walking away, and this is this energy of this 6 of swords, walking away from what doesn't serve you, you moving away from it, right? And then after that, what came in was, I have these yellow flowers, and they were separated, and then I wanted to combine them together, and before I could do that, one of them fell, the water fell onto the ground, and one flower fell, and I had 6 flowers, and I realized, I was like, wow, that's again representative of union, representative of spirit, of chariot, of movement. And today actually is the 7th day of when I'm recording this, and we're actually at 21 minutes, so that's like crazy. All right, that's like 5 sevens. And so when I added the 1 flower to the 6, there's your 7, right? So there's this energy again of union, and that's also representative again of the Brainy and and Smurfette coming into union together. Again, those feminine energies. So again, there's this eye, okay, the end of resentment, an eye for an eye. So you don't have to do anything. You know, karmic law is going to take care of everything, but now you're moving into the law of grace. So that way, everything is forgiven, and it's forgiven because as soon as you realize that you've done something that goes against your truth, you ask for forgiveness. You forgive yourself, and you ask for forgiveness from whoever or all involved, right? So this is the end of resentment. So you are no longer going to block your blessings with resentment, okay? And then what that does, it brings more joy. It opens your heart up. It brings more sunny days. It brings more optimism. It brings more happiness, okay? And the rainbow is representative of the promise, all right, that you're never going to have to experience what you have experienced before, right? When you wake up, 4 of cups, contemplation, apathy, new opportunities. Yeah, and this is right in line with the patience and with the crocodile energy, because the crocodile energy also represents some kind of a judgment happening, and it going in your favor. Okay, so that's also this energy. I heard the word plea the other day, and I wasn't sure what that meant. So if there's anything that anyone has going on, in the courts, the judgment is going to go in your favor. Okay, yeah, and it's definitely going to lead to a new cycle, a new contract for you. Yes, yes, yeah. And again, the frog leaping, new opportunities. And with the coffee cup, your heart is opening more and more every day by the self-love that you do, the self-care that you do, by the trust that you give to yourself. Okay? Yes. Oh, I love this. And that, there it is, King of Cups. All right. So through meditation, you receive the answers. This is whatever's going on with you. You're not going to receive it by you just trying to work in your mind. You have to go inside of your heart. All right. So, this is calm and clarity. This is self-compassion. This is you showing yourself that love. This is you being able to be the king of your emotions and not allowing yourself to be triggered by anything and anyone. And there's this energy of, if you are, you immediately address it. You immediately address it. Whether you have to address it with yourself or you need to address it with someone else, but you don't let it linger, because letting it linger decreases your vibration. It decreases your shield, and it leaves you open for psychic attack, right? So this is this energy of raising and amplifying your light, okay, making it strong and dealing with issues right away, not procrastinating. Okay, yeah. And then we have with the double scoop. So there was also a cherry on top with that, and this ice cream, so it's like cream of the crop with the cherry on top, so this is you also starting to see yourself for who you truly are, seeing yourself for who you truly are, and not allowing, look at this, temperance, divine energy, perfect harmony and miracles. So through you doing your healing work, you are finally coming into that harmonic resonance where you see yourself for who you are, for why you came. This energy of I know who I am, and this energy of I trust myself. So even though I may not understand what this next step is, I'm going to do it. Okay, it's this energy of blind faith and diligence and trust, because you know that you're in harmonic balance, like you know that you are aligned, and so you're trusting your intuition without fail. All right, that's where the beauty happens. That's where you think, wow, my life is so great, because you're in this energy of surrender, not resistance. Yeah. And then with the wheel coming in, so I learned something about the wheel. The wheel also represents the 24, I forget, like facets of Buddhism. So that's really powerful as well. If any of you guys are into Buddhism and you want to learn what those 24 like paths are, it's like all the things that you have to go through to reach enlightenment. All right, and you can look at the 24 and you can see kind of where you are on that, and also to congratulate yourself for how far you've come, because some of you don't even realize that you have done all 24. All right, where you've reached those moments of samadhi, you've reach those moments of a pure consciousness, and you're learning how to expand and to grow those moments to where you are so synced into all energy of the world. You're synced into the I, you're synced into source, you're synced into God, right? That energy. And so what also happened when I drew it, it looked like a flower and also looked like a wheel. It looked like a fan. So it's telling me that through working with flowers is going to be able to blow away a lot of this energy, the stagnant energy that needs to come out. All right. So what that might mean is working with essential oils and like go running, okay, or go walking, or do something physical to where you're moving the energy, and the essential oils are also helping to harmonize you. All right, as you do that exercise. Yes. And I felt like I was at the helm of the ship, and the wind was like blowing, through me. And I did have an eye patch on, so that was really interesting, and long hair. So the eye patch again is very representative of the Eye of Horus. So yes, the Eye of Horus, and thank you, the Eye of Ra were coming in, because I getting it confused. So Ra, the sun god, and then the Eye of Ra is a feminine aspect, okay, of of the sun god. So it's this energy, again, of feminine coming together, right? And your kundalini also rising as well to higher heights, and you being able to feel your kundalini energy for longer periods of time, all right? Which that is that samadhi energy. Love it, love it, love it. And also long hair represents growth. It represents youth, vitality, abundance, prosperity, okay? Yes, because remember, yes, who was it? Was it Samson? Yeah. And his hair, everybody, who was it? Yeah, was it Samson? Yeah, I think it was. I can't remember, but that's who is coming, right? But it was like his hair is so beautiful. Everybody thought it was his hair, but it was really, what was it? His foot? I can't remember. Something like that. But there's all this beautiful energy in the power of hair. So this is also telling me, if you were ever guided to cover your hair in certain situations, do it. All right, because also you can, there's so much energy that will come in through your hair that, you know, if to protect your crown, okay, and protect your third eye and things like that. So just follow it. If you're, you know, if you're like guided to wear a hat or a scarf or whatever, go ahead and do that. Even if your hair is cut, okay, because remember, you still have the hair follicles on your head, okay? Yes, yes. And so then the time 1718. So this is this energy of you coming into yourself and you facing your fears, you facing the unknown, you facing the illusions, the delusions that any mental or emotional disease has caused you, and you letting it go. Well, judgment, yeah, there, what did we just say? There it is, rising up, clarity, awakening, and mercy. So this is you. So in the Lord is my shepherd, at the end is shall follow me, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all of my days. So there is the promise again, right? Goodness and mercy, because you are now not holding on to resentment for anyone or for yourself. Okay, and also that includes any of this other energy of vengeance. You are allowing the law to take care of it, you know. So this is, we talked about this again in the comments, and this is you know, not doing spell work against anyone or anything like that. Any kind of spell work that I do or that kind of stuff, it's always for healing, you know. It's always for healing, for peace, for empowerment, you know, for the highest and greatest good. There's never this energy of you know, doing anything to harm anyone, you know. And so that might be another reason why some of you have blocked some of your gifts, because you might have done that in the past, and you might have been afraid of your power because it might have been very potent what happened, and you had to deal with the karma from that, and you might be afraid of losing control. You know, there's this energy of going from 0 to 100, you know, energy of Iggy Azalea, started, you know, I started from the bottom and now I'm rich. And then, but there's a thing in there where she says that she goes from that, she gets angry, it's shorter than a vine, right? It's shorter than a vine. It's all right. It's shorter than a vine. And if you guys remember, vines are those like super short videos, like 15 seconds, and has all of these clips in it, right? And so, and she's like saying her anger is shorter than, she like goes off shorter than a vine. But we can't have that. When you're in this energy of truth, peace, love, and enlightenment, you have to have patience, right? And so that means, yeah, you might be triggered, but you don't direct that trigger at someone else. You go within and you say, why does this bother me? You know, this is all about self-reflection, self-actualization, and self-accountability. Okay, and you taking acceptance for what you have created based on how you have been feeling and thinking and what you've been saying. Okay, this is full accountability, right? Yes, yes. And so, yeah, so now we come into this energy of the Florida water. So, and this is interesting that we have the crocodile, you know, because Florida has like alligators and crocodiles and stuff like that. So Hosan, the lovers, all in all forms, love in all forms, commitment and choices. So this is that Two of Cups energy too. I'm feeling really strongly, but this is also, again, this is Brady Smurf and Smurfette coming in together, coming in as one. Also Gemini energy as well. Yeah, so something with the water and cleansing and blessing. So definitely your union is blessed. So the union that you're coming into with yourself, a higher level, a sense of self is blessed. But also, again, if some of you know that you're destined to have a life partner in this lifetime, that is also blessed and it's coming. Just have patience. Continue to stay the course, stay in your heart, and do your self-love, self-care work. Okay? Yes. And then Martine, fortunate tidings, camaraderie and crown chakra. All right. So fortunate tidings. Again, this something is going in your favor, and you're going to receive a gift from it. That is just a yes. Okay. And I feel like maybe part of this gift is going to be the healing of mental dis-ease or emotional dis-ease, which will in turn heal the physical disease. Okay. Powerful, powerful, powerful. You know, one of the affirmations we were saying before is, I believe in spontaneous healing. All right. Because once you have faith that you can be healed and you will be healed, you will be healed. You know, like there and yeah, I don't even claim it anymore. The dis-ease that I have gone through, I don't claim it. When I feel myself maybe feeling like I'm remembering something, or feeling like I'm getting in this space of I can't, I'm not focused, I'm all over what's going, you know, I come back in. What do I need to release? What supplement do I need to have that I haven't had? Have I been spending time in nature? Have I been doing my breath work? Am I doing my yoga? Am I releasing the emotion, or am I holding on to it? Am I holding on to the past? Am I holding on to regret? You know, it's this energy, and you being able to do it in 7 seconds. All right, because you're that connected to yourself, and then you going and doing the follow-up action, all right, to go ahead and clear that block, to clear and dissolve it. So this, again, is not spiritual bypassing, but this is an accelerated rate of which you can quickly dissolve any blockages that might start to come up, or even prevent any of them from coming, just by your mindset and just by you paying attention to how you're feeling. Okay, and also paying attention to how your words change. All right, because that's also a significant of how you can tell if you need to clear your third eye. If you start talking or acting negatively or in fear or pessimistically, then you know it's time to clear that third eye, right? Yeah. Butterfly, evolution, delight, life's rhythm. There we are. And now we're dancing spirit song, right? We're in the orchestra. We are the symphony, and we're allowing ourselves to be that. And that's where this magic potion comes in. So ideally, I feel this magic potion, there's definitely something in what you're drinking. So if some of you might want to start juicing, you might want to go in to see what kind of fruit juices you want to drink, you know, fresh fruit, organic, non-GMO, or do your own juicing. That I feel is going to be very helpful. Also, Florida water. I have a mixture of like Florida water, lavender, eucalyptus. What else did we put in there? Jasmine, that I spray all over my house. I spray it all over my house. And when people come over, which is not often, but I spray it all over my house. When we come from outside, I spray it on us. Sometimes when I know my aura needs to be cleansed, I spray it over me, you know, and it's just, and I just make it, and I put a little distilled water in there as well. Purified. So, okay, all of that beautiful energy. So there might be something like that you're doing, or maybe that little thing that we just shared, that might be something you want to do. You can also add lemon to it. Do your research on the essential oils and what it is that you need. All right, tap into your higher self. Ask your higher self, what is essential oil, you know, that I should put into my little mixture, you know, and go and do that. Sometimes it's just going to be some purified water, Florida water, and one essential oil. It doesn't have to be a whole bunch. All right, you also can just use what you have as well, and just go into your heart space and just ask your heart to show you, you know, hand on heart, hand on belly, 3 deep cleansing breaths. Show me. Okay. Yes. So that's your magic potion. And there's something else with magic potion too. And definitely something with cleansing, exfoliating your skin, guys. It's going to be super important as well at this time. So exfoliating your skin, and then putting on top of your skin some kind of oil, you know, that you can bless your oil. Okay, so this is also doing everything with intention, you know, before you go to wash, setting the intention for what you want to feel or release, what you want to amplify or what you want to release, right? Setting the intention for when you're wiping your skin down, exfoliating, you know, everything is an intention. And that way also you're going to see more sunny days because you are intending to see sunny days. Okay, right? I intend for today to be filled with happiness and joy. And I trust that it's going to come to me under grace and perfect ways, you know, because there's also this energy of pessimism saying, well, I can want to be happy all I want, but sometimes stuff just happens and now I'm not happy because of what's happening in my circumstances and my situations. Well, again, that's taking accountability, because now you've just given your power away to allow something outside of you to affect your mood. All right, so this is actually to a next level of mastery of not allowing what's going on outside of you to affect you inside. You know, there's the energy of when you see an ambulance, you know, instead of you going low vibrational and being like, oh my God, you know, I hope everyone is okay, go high vibrational and say everything is working out, best case scenario. That is from Activation Vibration. Okay, she has YouTube. Yes. So I love you guys so very much, and I'm wishing you, you know, the best of everything and happy manifesting. Yes, happy manifesting. Bye.